Here are the top 10 Iron Man skins that I want to see in Marvel Rivals. What's going on, guys? My name is Geek, and today I'm going to be talking about the top 10 Iron Man skins that I want to see in Marvel Rivals. Now, the skins of this video that I'll be talking about are from comics, movies, shows, and much more media that features Iron Man. With all that out of the way, guys, leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and let's dive on into the top 10 list. Number 10, Mark 17 Heartbreaker. Now, this suit was featured in Iron Man 3. It came in a few games, as in the LEGO games, really, because that was the only thing it kind of really came in, and that one mobile game for Iron Man 3. But this suit was like kind of heavily marketed with all the trailers and stuff for the movie. But like this suit honestly looks amazing to me. With the giant arc reactor in the middle, it looks like it can do some real damage and stuff. Literally, the name Heartbreaker. So I feel like in the game it would look cool, with the game's art style and everything. And I feel like they could do a really cool little twist with all those little, his different mode where he gets the two gauntlets and stuff. So I think it would be a really cool skin to see. Number 9, Mark 6. Now the Mark 6 was featured in Iron Man 2 and then the Avengers movie. This suit looks amazing. When I first saw it, when it first came out, when Iron Man 2, it looked amazing with the triangular arc reactor. Then the more battle damage we got in the Avengers movie. But this suit is like almost not really a classic for the MCU movies, but like this suit is a real standout and was heavily marketed for Iron Man 2 and then in the Avengers movie as well. So I feel like obviously we should get this. And plus I was a little sad when we didn't get this suit in the Avengers game and we got the Mark 7. So kind of made me a little sad, and I really want to see this suit back in another game. Number 8, Mark 7. Now, the Mark 7 was only really featured in the first Avengers movie. It did somewhat show up in Iron Man 3 for like a few seconds, nothing too crazy. But the Mark 7, awesome suit, really. First Avengers movie, kind of for the final battle, essentially. Was featured actually in the Marvel's Avengers game, which I made plenty of videos on, so definitely check those out. But come on, this is like a given to essentially almost like every single suit, really. So this is like a given to really bring into the game. So I would love to see this suit added at one point. Number 7, Armored Adventures Mark 2. Now this suit was featured in the Iron Man Armored Adventures show back then in 2008. This was showed up in the season 2 essentially, and this suit looks beautiful with the colors, with the just triangular arc reactor, and just everything in general. It was one of his most used suit in the season 2, and it just looked beautiful on screen and everything. And a lot better than the Mark 1, in my opinion, when he wore it. But like it showed so much kind of capabilities of like armor specs and all that stuff, like damage, tech, and all that good stuff. So I would love to see this in Marvel Rivals. It would really be cool to see now with their art style onto, kind of an animated show. So, and bring something like that into the game. I would think they could do a really good job on it, and it would look pretty cool, I would think, to finally get some, cartoon, type of suits, but in the Marvel Rivals, art style. Number 6, Avengers Assemble. Now, this suit was featured in the show Avengers Assemble, obviously. It's his first suit he really wore in the first season, I would say, really. Maybe the second season as well. Haven't really watched that show in a long time. But I feel like that was the most unique one. The helmet looked a little bit different. The giant shoulder pads, the arc reactors on his, arms and stuff. Until I believe later in the show, they kind of made it more look like the MCU a little bit. So, but I feel like the season 1 one kind of looked really cool in my opinion, with all the lights. So like I said, with the arc reactors on his wrists and stuff, and then those giant shoulder pads make him look pretty not menacing, but like look like that suit could withstand pretty good amount. And it's really cool to see, hopefully see another cartoon essentially fit inside Marvel Rivals with its amazing art style. So that's another suit I would love to see in this game. Number 5, Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes. Now, this suit was featured in Season 2. It's the more triangular arc reactor. And technically, this suit was supposed to be more looking like the MCU one he wore. Because I think this suit or this show was like in the middle of Iron Man 2, the first Avengers movie. So it was in that era. So essentially, that's why they made that suit look more like the MCU. But I think it just looks a little bit better than the Mark 1 he wore in Season 1. That's why I prefer seeing that suit. It just looks a lot nicer. And seeing, like I'm saying with all these cartoon type shows, I believe it would look cool to see these type of suits into the game with, like I said, with Marvel Rivals, amazing art style, which I love. That's why I really like the game too a lot. It's just that the art style like really makes everything stand out, and I feel like they could definitely do a lot more with that type of art style. So seeing cartoon skins like this would be very cool to see, and that suit would be a very nice one to actually see into the game. Number 4, Marvel's Avengers. Now you might be wondering when I said Marvel's Avengers. Now, if you're seeing on screen, you're going to see the Avengers game's version of Iron Man, which is his iconic suit, as you can tell. It's basically his default one he kind of wears, and honestly, over the years, it kind of grew on me a little bit. The helmet's design still is a little not annoying, but like still looks a little weird in my opinion. But to me, I think it still looks like an amazing suit. Honestly, like I said, it kind of grew on me over the years, especially since the game has ended last year. I still play time, but we're not talking about Avengers really. Well, not in this context. But I would love to see Marvel Rivals do something from other games. Would that include Iron Man, obviously? So it would be really cool to see that. I think it would be cool to see. Really, really cool. I'm saying cool, cool. From Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Anyone know that show? But essentially, it would really, really be cool to see Marvel Rivals do skins from other games. And yeah, that is my number 4 spot. Number 3, Model Prime. Now, obviously, this suit has become one of the fan favorite in recent years. Essentially, seeing all that nanotech essentially, form so many different weapons. I think even becoming a samurai at one point, or with a sword and everything. And it did eventually show up in the Avengers game right before the end of the game, last year. But honestly, I think the suit looks awesome in the comics and stuff. Even in the Avengers game, in my opinion, they did a really good job on it. But I feel like Marvel Rivals can take that one step further. Since Iron Man has that ability to, get the rockets and stuff, or like the little jets on his back and the, gauntlets and stuff like they did with the Avengers Endgame suit, they could definitely do something really cool with the Model Prime suit. And, like I said, this game could definitely do so much with it. So I feel like Iron Man's the best character to do that with. So obviously the Model Prime is going to be on this list. Number 2, Mark 42. Now, I don't know what it is with this suit, but like since it came out in Iron Man 3, it was featured in it, and it was mainly promoted with the movie itself. It just kind of really, really grew on me. I don't know why, but like it really, really does. In the Avengers game, I constantly use that skin, and just seeing it show up in general in games and stuff, even the Disney Infinity game back in 2014 as an alternate skin for Iron Man or suit. It's so cool to see that suit in other media as well, and obviously I would love to see it in Marvel Rivals, like they did with the Avengers Endgame suit. I feel like they could definitely play around with it and make it look really, really cool. So I don't know what it is. Everyone might be like, why is that in your number 2 spot? Guys, this is my own opinion, obviously, but you'll have plenty of time. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below to really see what kind of suits you want to see. But my number 2 spot is the Mark 42 from Iron Man 3. Number 1, Mark 3 from Iron Man 1. Now, obviously, you guys probably would have guessed it by now, and if I didn't even include this in the list, I feel like you guys would have been like, yo, Comic Geek, what are you doing, man? Come on, it's the Mark 3 from the first Iron Man movie. It's like so iconic. So obviously, it's like the top number 1 pick to, come to the game, or at least I want to see to the game, and I feel like Marvel Rivals devs would obviously see that and, obviously bring it to the game because, it's so iconic. It was like the first time we really saw Iron Man in the MCU. Yeah, we saw him in the Mark 1, Mark 2 in that movie as well, but the Mark 3 is just so iconic with the design and everything. It was just so modern looking, but look, there's so much to describe from that suit, but it's just, Mark 3 is like the best one, obviously, to come to the game. That's like probably almost everyone's number 1 pick. Now that was my top 10 list of Iron Man skins that I want to see in Marvel Rivals. If you guys enjoyed this video, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button because it really helps out the channel and shows you guys want to see more of this type of content. Before I go, please let me know down in the comments down below and we'll see what Iron Man skins that you guys want to see in Marvel Rivals. With that out of the way, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye, everybody.